There we go. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Um, this week's been kind of a rough week for a lot of people that I've talked to, that I pulled cards for on Friday. Gosh, even somebody I met with today even is experiencing a lot of release time. You know, it's it's a time of transition. There's doors that are closing and doors that are opening for so many people. And I would just about truly say everybody. Everybody is experiencing this to some degree or another. Um, and, you know, when you pull card after card after card for 30 some odd people, and many times we're being faced with a card that's telling us and talking to us about releasing things and letting go of our past, um, time to move on, all of these things, it can get to be a bit much. It can get to be, a little bit rough. Um, and let me make sure my volume is down before anything happens. There you go. Hi, Diane. Um, So, I kind of wanted to come back and talk to everybody, this week. There's a lot of people that are experiencing this and they don't even know that something is going on. There's my girl back there. um, that it's not just them. We can tend to feel alone, but like the last live we did with my daughter and I, Jordan, and we had talked about doing some shadow work and facing that, what it's like in facing that dark night of the soul. Um, Not always the pleasant things, to talk about is when it's a darkness that you're facing of your own, somewhat your own creating. But eventually, there's going to be a time where you have to face the Pied Piper, and you're going to have to face the music, and in order to move on. And so, everything that we sweep throughout our life under the rug and cover it up with the rug and stand on it, we are going to wind up facing at some point. It comes back to us, and we have to release it. And right now is a huge time of transition moving forward for so many people. Um, and with that being said, it's always going to make it a stressful time and a time of a lot of uncertainty and maybe questions and so on. What's going on, what's happening with us, and so on, because so many people are just feeling it too, and the huge fatigue with us. The I woke up this morning, and I remember telling Tony that I felt this really strange feeling, and it was like I was waiting for something to happen today. Not quite sure what it was, but waiting for something to happen, definitely, and it did not yet. So I'm hoping it doesn't. I don't want to look at things, that way, but it was just a heaviness to the air. And I think it was a lot of release last night, just really made the air feel heavy this morning. And it kind of cleared up throughout the day, but I still have that feeling that's looming in the back that, something's about to happen. I just don't know what it is, and it's driving me crazy. Hi, Robert. Um, so dealing with all the heaviness that's going around in the world, knowing that this always comes around when we get to those thresholds, those forks in the road where we're changing, we're transitioning and moving forward. Um, when that happens, it causes a lot of uncertainty within us. A lot of things are erupting back up into our focus, into our space and our face, and we have to see it for what it is. Um, these are always lessons that we've never wanted to face up to, or that we've missed the lesson within it. And it's going to be right back up into our face again. Yeah, growing pains, Diane. Oh my gosh, can't they be so horrible. They can be sucky. Um, they can really leave your head spinning, your mind spinning. Um, but wow, recognizing them is going to be number one. When you've got a lot of stuff coming back into your face from before, it's always so you can release it. So grab a hold of it and learn what you can from it and discard the rest. You don't need to hold it. And I've been finding myself asking a lot of people, how is on the area of your body, how is the God's mouth area? So are you guys familiar with God's mouth? There's an area on your body that for anybody that is really gifted and anybody that who chooses, whether they choose to accept them or not, this is a triangle that comes from the the small of your skull right here, where your skull actually meets the neck, the spine. From there down to your shoulders, about the middle of your shoulder blades, and then it comes across and it meets. So it's a triangle for sure. This is an area that they call God's mouth. This is where everything comes and goes within our bodies, our souls, our gifts, everything. It constantly when we are decoded and recoded, it all goes through this area. And when we have our superhero cape on. Most of us do if we don't know that. If you feel like you can go out and save the world, you probably have that superhero cape on. If you tend to take everybody else's issues and problems and so on your back, you probably have that superhero cape on, and it's time to really let it go. Um, this is an area, and when you recognize this, Robert, I believe you do Reiki, right, Robert? Um, when you get people that are in front of you that have that triangle, they are either carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, which means that they're carrying everybody else's issues on theirs too. Perfect example, the mom whose children reach of age and are now adults and going out on their own, yet we tend to carry all their problems and issues on our backs too. When we don't quite understand that when our children are released to the world, we let those issues go with them because it is their path, not ours. And it's so hard to separate. Um, yeah, so absolutely. Let me get this down here so I can put my phone up where I can see it better. There we go. Um, Hi, Becky. But yeah, when we when you get those individuals that have that, they tell you, I hurt in this area. Between that, they'll complain of neck ache, shoulder ache, collarbones, their wings, their shoulder blades, so on. Even sometimes for me, it gets this bad where my arms are hard to lift out to the side because we actually have a muscle right here that we can actually push on. When you feel a knot, you can push on it and release that, and it pretty much frees up the arm. Um, Tony's taught me a few things about massage therapy, so that's one of the places that we usually release on each other is the arms, because it can keep us bound to the sides. So you really don't want to do that to yourself because then when one spot starts to get tied up to you or bound to you, the rest will go out as well. But back to the God's mouth. When somebody is complaining of this, then they need to release some things. They need to truly release and let things go that are not theirs. And when it's our children, we tend to claim their issues as our issues and carry that weight, um, either for them or to help them. Absolutely, Robert. Yeah, yeah. Um, and with me being a Reiki master and teacher, and then Tony being a massage therapist, we really started to cooperate and talk about these things. And then it started to become apparent. And then another thing that happens in God's mouth, when somebody comes and they start to complain to you about a lot of things, such as can't sleep at night, feeling like somebody's watching them. If they have bruises appearing, like fingertip bruises on their arms, things like this, when there's a negative attachment or entity, a negative entity attachment, you're going to feel it in that God's mouth. That is going to tell you everything. Um, and if you come up to a person or a person comes up to you and they're from, say, they deal with a darker side, you're going to know it immediately right in that God's mouth. It's almost like all the hairs on that in that area is going to stand on ends, and you're going to feel it. You're going to sense it in your spine. Um, so that's really, it's almost like your sensory motherboard is right there. And that's where everything comes together for you. If you pay attention to this area, it's going to help you out in more ways than one, because um, you're just going to be one up on the person that's standing in front of you. You're going to understand this. You're going to pick up on those, and you're going to know, okay, say you've seen a good friend of yours or a family member go through a lot of things falling off them, maybe a huge mood change, not normally who they truly are. There's questions that you can ask. Oh, you're welcome, Robert. Absolutely. um, yes, definitely. Coughing when you have a lot that you have not voiced, you have not gotten out of you, and we tend to hold it back. It can come out as a cough, almost like a congestion. And kind of what I'm going through, and I'm releasing a lot, and I'm going through a lot of negative energy releasing right now. Energy that I just, gosh, when we come into this and we make friends, per se, or we find that teacher, somebody that can lead us to the next area of our lives, somebody that can show us that way, um, or somebody that we can walk that path with, a good friend, and you seem to hit it off. And then all of a sudden, one day, it's just not there no more. The energy is gone. You don't feel the teacher anymore. You're drawn to another light, another person, another teacher. When one teacher, we don't get to this point with one teacher only. It doesn't happen that way. We have many teachers, many. Um, it can, if that area is not tended to and you are not relieved in that area, if things are not released, great massages work. Um, Aromatherapy helps, meditation, releasing and releasing and releasing. I can't tell you how much you have got to release to start getting rid of this pain. But if things have taken a toll for the worse in your life, if you were high energy one day, all of a sudden today you find yourself crashing and your moods are off and nothing seems to work for you. You probably got some releasing to do or a negative energy attached to you. And so, working with your chakras, working with a Reiki master, a light worker, um, always recommended, always recommended. Robert, I don't know if you've ever done some negative energy removal from people, um, but that's where they need a Reiki master to do this. We can do it with ease. Last time we removed something from somebody, whew, I did not expect it to be what it was. Um, but I literally had to reach my hands in to where we had him cornered, and I literally had to grab a hold of him and pull him out. And when I did, I threw him. When I threw him, Tony had caught him. When she caught him, I knew she did because her voice went down and it was crackly and tears were in it. You could hear it. And then when she bounced him out of her, which was just seconds, it went into the other girl and I could hear her voice falter. And then it went back to Tony's and Tony's voice faltered again. And then her spirit guides took it from there. Very crazy, very crazy. And if somebody You know, when it was me that had that negative attachment, if somebody would have told me that story, I would have said, "You watched a darn good movie," or "You're full of poo. This did not happen." Um, but I absolutely know that it does happen. And I know that I was one of those people that it happened and it changed me completely for 6 months. Um, completely, completely. So, um, a little bit, Robert, yes, a little bit it is psychic surgery. Um, but mainly, no, it's having I have a prayer. I've had a senior citizen, an elder Reiki master and teacher pass me down the ceremony. So the ceremony actually has to be passed down to you. And if you would like to, Robert, I would pass that down to you. I could pass that down to you. We'd have to have a talking session, you and I, and I would give you the prayer and talk to you about how it's done. Um, you're going to find so many more people coming and wanting help in these areas, because there's no room for this in the future. There's no room to bring negativity with us. So all this negativity has to leave. Um, there's many ways that you can help somebody release this stuff, um, through Reiki, through um, spiritual counseling, life coaching, meditation, energy healing of any sort. Um, my gosh, there's so many ways that you can do this, but everything has always got to be done through love. And the one that I had, awesome. Well, before when we're done with this, I'll get a hold of you, or you get a hold of me, one of the two, and we'll set up a time to do this. Um, yeah, so you know, there's just a lot of people looking for a lot of help, and us as light workers, we've been trained for this. And I don't know how many people I've seen who have been doing this for years, shy away from removing any of these things from people. And as a Reiki master, you've got the ability. You've got the ability. You know to use light and love and energy to heal everything. So you've got what it takes. You just have to know how to put it together and put your own plan together. And then have somebody that's with you or near you, and you can face to face with each other. Have somebody there that you fully trust that is another light worker. Doesn't so much have to be another Reiki master, but it'd be good if it was. Extra power. So, yeah, gosh, stress, stress. Yep, me too. Me too. I only do that once in a great while. It's not very often. Right now, I'm diving into another healing modality by learning to heal with the singing bowls. So that's my thing right now. Trying to get through that, trying to get started and get through this. Yeah. But anyway, stress reduction techniques. If you learn to recognize when stress comes in, you'll know exactly how to defer it from attaching itself to you or becoming from this little tiny pea to a big mountain, a big boulder. Um, meditation, number one, meditation. Go into a meditation. You can do a 5-minute meditation, which a lot of people go to if you're at work, per se, and you're allowed to listen to your phone or have headphones or whatever the case, and you can do this. You can go to the bathroom and you can take that 5 minutes in there to do a 5 minute or even a 3.5 minute meditation to talk yourself down off that ledge before you blow up. But meditations can be done almost anywhere during break time, in your car. Um, put some headphones on and just listen to what's going on. Do that 5 minute short meditation. Um, they work. You can even put together a short phrase of your own that you can go sit somewhere quietly, listen to yourself and just repeat that saying, and that saying be what talks you off that ledge, so to speak. So absolutely, meditation is wonderful. Breath work is number two. Um, People have told me so much about breathing. Breathe, breathe. I think I've heard that every day of my life for the last 7 years. Are you doing your deep breathing? Yes, I'm doing my deep breathing. Finally, it took me about 7 years to realize that this is how you eliminate the anger from your life. Um, it may not take away from maybe you releasing some people from your life or some negative energy, but it's going to release the stress that's building within you. And breathing deeply is a wonderful tool within your psychic tool bag to help control you and for you to help your clients. I don't know if anybody else on here is a spiritual coach or a life coach or anything like this. Um, but you know as well as I do that your speech, your talking, your words are your key in this field. So you have to learn to guide other people to those calming moments just the same. Um, yes, we can let our clients know that we do associate with them and understand where they're coming from. Oh, I do too, Robert. I do so many different healing modalities. It's not just Reiki that I do. It's aura cleaning, it's energy healing, it's crystal healing. I put a lot into one. And when lately, it's actually been causing people to um, have past life regression sessions while I'm doing my healing on them. So I've got clients coming out bawling their eyes out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But so now I'm trying to learn to control that end of the deal and not let the past life go in there. But I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. It just gets in there. You do Reiki on somebody, you tend to pick up a little bit of a reading on them. Um, it's just kind of hard to kind of differentiate between them. I've got a spirit that is touching my head. I can feel it. Um, Another thing is, this is my nemesis right here. Being present, being present, living in the present day, not yesterday. Yesterday has little to do with us. I mean, it does because it's brought us to where we are today. But we don't have to take all of yesterday into our tomorrows. So we want to alleviate living in yesterdays as much as we can. Um, Mine too, Robert. I use crystals in all of my Reiki. If they absolutely tell me I don't want crystals involved, then I won't. But usually they leave it up to me and tell me I know best. So when I do my comb over their energy, and then I go through and I clear their aura, then I come back through and I let myself balance on all of their chakras, and I sense which ones I need to really go over more than once. And then I keep going back to that until I feel clear. And then I pull off my pendulum and I do some pendulum questions to see if they're clear. If not, guess what? I'm going back at it again. But if it is, then good. Then I got it done finally. But I use many modalities to make sure the client is very happy. And so far, no complaints. Um, Not even when I do long distance Reiki. It's never a complaint. Um, oh, I take that back. One time it was a complaint because one person that I gave Reiki when I first started actually got off the table while I was still delivering Reiki and started smoking cigarettes. And when they did that, they didn't realize that I was taking them toxins out and they were putting them right back in, and it left them sick to their stomach for like a week and a half until I finally went back and calmed down with some calming Reiki. Um, Other than that, wow, yeah, it was crazy. And I didn't know what happened, what went wrong. I was feeling guilty. And then I figured it and I asked her, are you a smoker? Oh, yes. I said, are you a heavy smoker? Oh, yes. Okay. That's what it was. Yeah. So they made themselves sick to their stomach. So when somebody's doing Reiki on you, everybody, don't get up and smoke if you're a smoker. Please try to refrain from that for a few hours after as well, and drink lots of water and lots of healthy. If you're going to eat light, eat a salad, eat some veggies or fruit or something, but don't like go gorge a 6 course meal and all of that and smoke and do all that stuff, because it's not going to do you any good. It's going to undo everything that your Reiki master did for you, and you're making them work twice as hard. So yeah, let me grab a drink. True coffee hour today. Um, Another thing that you can do is reach out. Reach out. Talk to somebody. Ask somebody, do you know what's going on? Am I the only one? This is what I'm experiencing. They'll listen to you. We don't join these groups and become brothers and sisters. And some I see as moms, even. But they're like parents of our what's going on in our lives right now, those that are helping to lead us down these paths. Um, but reaching out to them, asking them, do you have 5 minutes? Do you have 15 minutes that we can just chat? I've got some things going on. So many people would say, yes, can you give me an hour? I'll be right back, I promise you, and get right back to you. Um, or they can take you right then and there and say, okay, let's go talk. Let's go off to the side somewhere into a private room. Let's talk. Um, but reaching out is going to be, oh my gosh, a key thing in your lives. It makes things so much easier. It really does. Um, you know, I am guilty of this too. When I am experiencing something, I don't want nobody to know that I'm experiencing this. You pretty much can see I'm an open window when I'm going through another transition. You can see, because number one, I'm going to start cleaning house. When that happens, I start to rid the negative energy off my page. Sometimes I will send through some smudging and, on the photos and or the videos of the smudging, and go through and cleanse my pages and groups and all this. Um, I do that for myself even more. Sometimes I pull away from Facebook a little bit, and I kind of try to get a handle on what's going on, and then move from there. Um, If I need to lay low for a few days, I'll lay low for a few days. I'm going to listen to what my body says, because your body's going to guide you through this. If you know enough to go to a quiet place, turn everything off, listen to what your body is saying, you're going to know what to do. It will tell you. Um, Whether it's to lay low, go off grid, get up on your feet, start moving. It's going to let you know. It will. And under no unseen circumstances, you will know exactly what it is that your body is needing. Another way, oh, I just talked about this, tuning into your body. My gosh, your body's everything. You have so many sensors, inside, outside, everything. You have so many sensors in your body. um, Pay attention to what they're saying. If something tells you that something is kind of off, pay attention to that off energy. Sage yourself, protect yourself, put crystals in your pocket, make your oh gosh, what is it? Your intentions to be a very positive one. I'm going to have a beautiful, great day today. Today is going to be a happy day. Today I'm going to heal some parts of me. Whatever the case, set your intentions. It'll take you far. Um, um, Number 6, decompress. Go off grid, decompress. Gonna help you out all the way. Laugh out loud is another thing. Laughing. Watch a comedy movie. Spend some time with friends who can lift you and pick you up. Um, there's just so many ways. Watch videos on Facebook, on YouTube. I love to watch the funny animal videos, so those kind of help me laugh out loud, and I get a they're fun. Another thing is listen to music. Music is such a big healer within our life, and always has been. There was a reason why it was created in the first place. We just didn't know at the time. We thought it was for enjoyment and entertainment. It's for healing all the way around. I am sure of this. And last but not least on that list is being grateful, showing gratitude. The more you show gratitude, the better the return is going to be to you. You'll get everything. You'll you'll just have so many more reasons coming to you to make you or to get you to feel grateful. To include that gratitude out there into the universe for things you had and things that are still coming. Show the gratitude. Um, Gosh, and just little quick hints. Chakras, everything is chakras nowadays. Have you noticed that? How much the talk is coming up more and more and more? People are wearing bracelets, dressing in clothes according to the chakra colors, and burning candles and incense and so on. Um, Lots going on there. But if you are beginning to have or have been having difficulty in sleeping, you want to look to the crown chakra. Start to heal the crown chakra. Wear purples, burn purple candles, do meditations for your crown chakra. Thyroid disease, things like that. Um, oh, also for your crown chakra, fresh air, sunlight, and nature. Get out and if you can, if you have that ability. Um, your third eye chakra, um, depression, hormonal things like that. Absolutely look to your third eye chakra. Indigo blue is the color. Eat more blackberries, plums, blueberries, purple grapes, things like this. Wearing that indigo color, burning candles and incense for this chakra. Thyroid disease, your throat chakra, thyroid disease, right here. Antioxidant foods, things like nuts and berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, figs, things like this will help to open up that throat chakra and keep everything running nice and smooth. Um, Heart chakra, any heart issues, uh, family issues, relationship issues, that's all healed right here. Problems, asthma, bronchitis, lung issues, which um, broccoli, uh, your vegetables, your greens, anything green, any of your green vegetables, green grapes, honeydew melon, anything that is green in color, avocados, so on. This will all help you with your heart chakra. Um, Solar plexus. Oh gosh, gas and bloating, things like this. If you tend to suffer from gas and bloating, intestinal things as well. You want to look to your yellow is the color, your solar plexus, which is the upper rib cage. Um, Yellow peppers, bananas, yellow squash, oats, things like this will help to open that up and get that running better again. Um, Also, where else are we at? Your sacral chakra. Those of you that suffer from infertility issues, um, gosh, what else? Why did my phone just cut off on me? I don't know. Um, there we go. And I think it's still down. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, um, root. Let me see. Infertility, so on. You want to eat seeds and nuts, carrots, oranges, orange peppers, anything that is in the orange family. Um, Peaches, apricots, things like this will help to clear up the sacral chakra area. And then that brings us to your root chakra, which is colon issues. Hi, Tammy. Um, Lower back pain, varicose veins, issues like this. You want to, and God, for those emotional moments when you're not feeling like you are totally connected, look to the root chakra. Balancing there is really needed. Beets, apples, pomegranates, and protein. You need so much. Start eating those. I think they're called P3s. They're little. individual snack size protein treats like meats, and they have dark chocolate and almonds and cheese in there. Great protein burst or boost for the day. You can also eat meat. Meat is protein, tuna fish, eggs, all of this like boiled eggs, high in protein. Well, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Will help to raise those levels up. And your chakras, keeping your chakras as balanced as you can is going to help you in so many ways because, hi, Rosalind, because um, we need to keep the energy flowing freely. And when we have something that is blocked or even kind of murky, it can slow down the process, the flow, and can cause all sorts of issues when everything starts to back up, and it will. So, say that's from the root that you are blocked, everything back up is going to be the same. Um, it's just going to block and continuously do so. Um, oh gosh, crystals that you can carry also. Um, your crown, selenite, clear quartz, amethyst, and diamond. Third eyes, amethyst, purple, fluorite, black obsidian. Um, throat chakra, lapis lazuli, turquoise, and aquamarine. Heart chakra, rose quartz, jade, green calcite, and green tourmaline. Solar plexus is calcite, citrine, and topaz. Sacral is citrine, carnelian, moonstone, and coral. And then root chakra is bloodstone, tiger's eye, hematite. I can't see what that one says. Oh, fire agate and black tourmaline. Um, crystals play such a huge part in our healing. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think if I only just had Reiki to do, um, I don't know if I'd be so happy, but I love incorporating the crystals in the healing. Then I feel like I'm such a part of the person's healing, knowing which crystal to place where for the most optimal healing for the client themselves. When I do a session, Robert, I'm sure you can agree with that or associate with that, that when you do a session, you give it 110%, and you want that client to walk away saying, I will definitely be back, and then returning to you. Um, yes, absolutely, it does, Robert. And I'm glad you brought that up. But yes, it does include crystals itself. Um, and like with crystals on the exterior, crystals on your interior actually can help to balance you within this world. I do believe that the crystals help, like with an axis, um, helping to keep us balanced and our well-being up there and optimal. So definitely. Um, oh goodness. Okay. Um, so yes, let's go step back a little bit and go back to um, the ways to release things from your body. Absolutely. Um, I do it until I feel that dazed and confused that they feel. You know, when you do the sessions on them and they feel a little bit like, whoa, they can feel their head spinning sometimes and the energy just really crazy. Um, I like to do it to where I can experience that with them. Absolutely, I want optimal healing when I heal them just the same, and seeing how when we give the Reiki, we also get the Reiki. So it is a huge energy exchange. Well, yes, you want them healed, but you want them to always know that they have you to turn to at any time that they need to. So I think I've only had one person return twice, but they had a lot going on, a lot. And I told them right up back that, or right up in the front that she was probably going to take a couple sessions because it wasn't just physical healing, but it was also emotional healing, um, and a whole lot to go through. So absolutely, yeah. Um, I just want that client to know and trust that we are always there, always available. We know to set that appointment. It may have to be done through an appointment, but we're there to set that appointment and keep it. Because I don't want them going anywhere else for their healing needs. I want them to stay with me and trust me and so on. Um, but yes, yes, I love talking about this healing. Friday's cards were crazy. Yes, it does. It does. And um, I'm working with a couple of people that have a lot of emotional healing, and they're both different in their own. One has emotional healings from this lifetime, and another has emotional healings from past lifetimes. So absolutely, yeah, yeah, absolutely. And sometimes they just like the feeling of the Reiki. They like the way it makes them feel. I've got a person that comes in every few months because they like the way that they feel for a couple of weeks after they have Reiki done. Oh yeah, my phone's gonna die on me. Um, so if my phone dies completely, guys, I'm sorry. It's only a few more minutes anyway, so I'm sure it'll make it till then. But I didn't think to charge it. I've been using it on and off all day. So yeah, what are you gonna do? But um, you know, keeping I cannot stress the importance of keeping your chakras aligned, cleared, as balanced as possible. Um, I read somewhere, and I tend to believe it, that nobody ever achieves perfect 100% balance, but we can get you pretty darn close, to where you're going to feel almost like it was that 100% balance. Um, yeah, so um, gosh, let me see. Breathing, right? Breathing. Um, Always remembering to do those breath work. You can YouTube, something just touched my hand. Somebody just touched my hand. But you can YouTube videos that will teach you how to do breath work. Um, Very, very important in your life for complete healing. If you can't breathe, you're pretty much going to be stuck with everything inside of you. You have to learn to breathe your way through a lot of releases. And sometimes, um, like if you are going through a shadow work moment, or you are going through a dark night of your soul, there's times when you're going to want to recognize this stuff and learn to breathe your way through it. It will lessen the stress in your life, and it will lessen the effects that something has on you. Are you guys seeing this energy over here? Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. Um, Ever since I thought I had COVID a year ago, December, and took the NSAIDs, which they told you not to do because it would move it right down into your lungs, and which it did right down to my lungs. Now I have lung issues, and now I'm on an inhaler, which it has been uh, since we started raindrop therapy, which is amazing, everybody. It is amazing. And maybe I will have Tony on next week with me, and we will talk about raindrop therapy and clue everybody in what that is. That's amazing. I feel very little pain after having a session. In I believe it was 9 days today. It might have been 10 today. I think it's 9 days though. Um, I have only had to use my inhaler one time. When I was using my inhaler 4, 5, and sometimes 6 times a day, And I just got to the point where I was being woke up in the middle of the night because I couldn't breathe and having to stop and use my inhaler in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. Um, so, um, I don't have that issue right now. I'm not coughing has half as much. My coughs are not as severe as they were. Um, and I'm releasing a lot of stuff, and it's just, I'm getting better day by day. And if I had my choice over a deep tissue massage or raindrop therapy, I want the raindrop therapy. It's very little massage to it. It's a very light massage, um, but it's pulsing the feet and it's the whole thing all together from start to finish. And it takes about an hour and a half, and it's the most beautiful healing modality I have found yet. Um, I'll be learning that next. And then I'll be teaching Tony how to do uh, sound sound bowl, music bowl here, healing with that. So we're gonna switch these things around here. But yeah, crazy how putting she with her being recently diagnosed with Crohn's, she goes through a lot of issues, and we found that placing the music bowls on her body and playing them actually heals her and gets her back up on her feet. So she's not down anymore or going through attacks. So um, love the healing modalities. Love those. Those are amazing to do on people and to have them walk away feeling so much better and looking like they've taken a nap. And it might have just been 10 to 15 minutes of healing with the music bowls and looking like they've had a power nap and feeling wonderful. It's an amazing thing. And to see them going all day long on just that one healing, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah. So, um, let me see. I have to make sure I have enough battery on my phone to talk to you, Robert, but I'll send you a message and we'll set something up for real soon. Um, and then we can talk about that, and I'll pass you down that ceremony and talk to you about it. It's not something that I planned on stepping into, but it is something that's happened within my life, and so now we do that. And I believe that all Reiki masters need to be aware of this so you can help others when they step in front of you, or you just, it's when somebody has a negative attachment, it is something in their eyes, the way they look at you, you just know. You'll feel it in that area of God's mouth. You'll just pick up on it. Ah, all right. Well, I'm going to get off here and let you go. But I will send you a message and we'll try to hook up within the next couple days and do this. Be wonderful if we could do this like tomorrow, if we possibly could, if you're not busy. Um, I'm not working the next 2 days, so anytime within the next 2 days. Uh, I may be doing a guided meditation for Enlightened World Network. I have to check my calendar on that on Tuesday, but I think that might be the following Tuesday. But I will let everybody go. You guys have a great week. Well, it's my 2 days off, so I'll be here and there and on and off and everything. Um, Teaching a class tomorrow evening. Oh, awesome. Then I will try to make that happen tomorrow. Um, and so, yes, we will see you guys later. Have a great evening. Have a great week ahead. Positive vibrations to everybody. And absolutely, guys, have a great week. Bye. And thanks for coming.